Hey, what's up y'all, it's Drummer828, and today I'm going to talk about Nichole Arbour. Who is Nichole Arbour, you're probably asking? Well, at one time, like 4 years ago, she was an infamous YouTuber known for her attempts at edgy humor. Nichole fancied herself as a non-PC comedian. But unfortunately for her, she had plenty of edginess, but the funny was completely missing. Now, I'm not saying that because she wasn't PC, she wasn't funny. I love edgy humor. And entertainment that isn't politically correct, I find generally quite refreshing. I'm saying that the bimbo couldn't write a funny joke if her life depended on it. So she resorted to using anti-politically correct subject matter to prop up her unfunny attempts at comedy. And for a while, edgelords across the internet took the bait. Oh, look, a pretty girl that's anti-PC, is this comedy? No, because no matter how hard she tried, she just couldn't make anybody laugh. So rather than try and be funny, she just went the route of raking in outrage views. And she hit the jackpot when she released the video, Dear Fat People.
Dear fat people. Some people are already really mad at this video. What are you gonna do, fat people? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna chase me? Really? You gonna chase me? It's gonna be like fucking Frankenstein. I can get away from you by walking at a reasonable pace.
Yeah, but I couldn't fit into a store. That's discrimination.
No. That means you're too fat and you should stop eating. I'm talking about the 35% of North Americans who are obese. That means you are so fat, you are affecting your own health. Big boned isn't a thing. There are no fucking skeletons that look like the Michelin Man. If we offend you so much that you lose weight, I'm okay with that. I don't feel bad for you because you are taking your body for granted. And they complain, and they smell like sausages, and I don't even think they ate sausages. That's just their aroma. They were so fat that they're that standing sweat fat. Crisco was coming out of their pores like a fucking Play-Doh fun factory. Oh look, it's Fat Family, and Jabba the Sun sits right beside me. I just lost my shit. His fat was on my lap. It was actually on my lap. I took the handle, I squished it down, and I said, my seat, your seat. I actually took his fat, and I pushed it into his seat, and I held it. He was fine. He was just fat.
Now, this video put her under the spotlight for many outrage mobs. They lost their minds, while she raked in the cash from the views. But at a certain point, the backlash was so severe that she had to respond. And she responded to the overwhelming amount of criticism in the video, most offensive video ever.
A retarded midget walks into the bar, and it's okay, because it's 1992. But we're all trying to be politically correct so that we don't offend anyone. I don't care if you're offended. If you don't have a sense of humor and you don't understand jokes, I don't give a fuck. You find me offensive. Well, I find you offensive for finding me offensive. Keyboard warriors are trying to murder comedy. You need to learn that we all don't need to fucking care about your feelings. I'm glad that you're trying to kill comedy, because it makes the bloodbath of fucking awesome I'm bringing self-motherfucking defense, yo.
Everything's really offensive.
Bitch, you trying to kill comedy? I'ma kill you first. You have to be really fucking slow to be offended by satire. Everybody should be equally made fun of. Straight guy, or a black guy, or a white guy, or a skinny girl, or a hot girl. My kids will live in a world where people can use stereotypes for funny jokes. We're saying things that are true about the world. It's not offensive, it's just fucking true. Then if you can't handle the truth, it means you're a psychopath. You don't like my jokes? Sorry, I'm just looking for some fucks to give. I don't like your attitude. We're fucking even. So sit your ass back down on the kids' table and eat your fucking nuggets before I tell your dad the shit you say to strangers on the internet. And then he beats you. Like he does your mom. At Scrabble. Oh, you're almost so offended. We all need to stop giving a fuck about the people who are angry on the internet about nothing. They are not the people we need to be taking social cues from.
After some time of trying to ride the success of being an edgelord on the internet, Nichole decided to move on from YouTube and try her hand at stand-up comedy. But Nichole forgot one important thing about stand-up comedy: actual jokes that were funny. She seemed to forget that the only thing she was really good at was making people rage on YouTube, and actually being funny was proving to be a much harder challenge than she originally anticipated.
Actually, honestly, I used to be a cheerleader for the Toronto Raptors. Like, actually, for real, I was a cheerleader for the Toronto Raptors. And it was us. Friggin' sucked.
But she used her big numbers on YouTube to dupe unwitting members of the non-internet world into taking her seriously and giving her a chance to come onto their platforms just to promote herself. And this plan of action would kind of work until she actually started speaking and people realized what they had on their hands. At one point, she was a guest on a podcast with comedian Tom Papa, who quickly realized just how delusional and out of touch this unfunny bimbo actually was.
So she's not shying
You
away
consider
from
that
anything.
stand-up comedy?
Pardon?
You consider that stand-up comedy?
Yeah, I do. I consider when I'm doing stand-up straight to the camera, and I'm playing with the
not.
editing a lot. Well, yeah, I find it's actually crazier because there's.
It's different.
It's different.
I'm not shitting on it, but it's not stand-up comedy.
I find with stand-up, like you get that instant gratification of the crowd, which I love, and I don't get that there. But
you
you get a
also-
lot more hecklers online than you ever get in person.
Edit.
Yeah.
That's the only thing
Why
that
isn't
makes
it
it different.
Yeah, why isn't it stand-up comedy?
Because it's not in a live audience.
In front of an
And you
audience.
can edit it. But
and there's a craft to
are a
stand-up comedy
comedian.
where you create. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
there's different. I feel like there's different brands of comedians,
Right.
and YouTube is one of them. But it's way different than stand-up, I think.
Things weren't going well for Nichole, but they got a lot worse when she tried to hang out with actual edgy comedians that are funny. She went on Louis J. Gomez's Real Ass podcast, and it didn't take long for the guys on the podcast to see right through her "I'm a comedian" act.
You're like a YouTube star, right? Or something like that?
Ish. I'm just a comedian, and then I just did YouTube stuff because they wanted me to post videos on YouTube.
Do you make money off of YouTube?
I'm doing good. Like, I'm not a YouTuber. That's like a thing. I was a stand-up comic for a very long time. Got in a bad car accident, so I couldn't do stand-up because I couldn't stand up. And then I was like, well, fuck, I can film myself like this.
Did you just include one of your jokes on the show just now?
I didn't. No. No. Are you okay? Can I? Oh, I'll keep going. Okay. So I just like started filming my shit.
But there's a thing like if someone says you're like successful from YouTube where you seem to.
She did get defensive.
Oh, I hate that.
You're like,
'cause
no, I'm a
99%
comedian, totally a comedian. You would admit though that your drawing power comes directly from YouTube, right?
Facebook more. Like Facebook and Instagram more.
Oh, you put a
But the
lot of
internets.
you put a lot of the stand-up content out.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes. I'm so excited to like go back to stand up now.
You got some success off YouTube, and you don't want to be considered a YouTuber now. So now you're doing stand-up shows exclusively, or you're still doing YouTube videos? You are.
No, I like never really did YouTube videos.
Now, keep in mind, Nichole had been trying to label herself an edgy comedian by making extremely harsh and edgy statements and trashing the subjects of her videos with the worst insult she could think of. But now that Nichole was around actual edgy comedians, she, for the first time, found herself at the receiving end of some actual edgy comedy.
She touched my leg again.
I didn't mean to.
She touched it.
Whoa.
No, like I'm good now. I'm done. We're done.
You
We're good.
you just came?
Now yep.
Nice.
Done. We're even.
Wow.
First time that's ever happened for you?
Do you have a boyfriend, Nichole?
Maybe.
Do you?
Whoa.
Maybe.
She's no. You know what it is?
Believe it.
She doesn't want to say it because
Nope.
she knows that'll fuck it. She does have a boyfriend. Here's what happened. I know exactly what happened.
I know
You're
exactly
gonna be
too.
like the only people who
Boyfriend will be
follow
mad
you.
if she says no.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying the only people that follow you. I'm just
I do,
saying that
yeah.
you do have a doodly fan
I
base.
don't actually. It's 55% women. Hey, analytics.
Yeah, that's true. That's what Trump said about who voted for
Yeah,
him.
right.
I don't believe those numbers.
No,
I'm
it's
just
not-
saying
It's true.
the
I'm not
I'm
reason-
just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just.
The reason you don't talk about your boyfriend is because you know that it'll fucking turn off a certain sect of your fan base.
It literally doesn't. Like, I get nothing on. If I post sexy photos, it's actually upsetting to me. Nobody gives a fuck.
That's not true.
They don't.
That's
give
not
okay,
true.
Maybe you
pull
give
up
a
her
fuck.
pull up her Instagram right now. I don't believe
Maybe
it.
you give a fuck.
I don't fucking believe it.
Oh, pull it
I
up.
don't believe
pull
it.
When I
it
post
up.
videos, 100,000
Sir.
people watch them.
Okay, all right. So let's go here.
All right.
Okay.
So go to.
So hold on, whoa.
Yeah,
Let's
you
nice
can-
and easy, nice and easy. All right, so we'll do the picture of you with your book and this guy.
Yeah.
Click on it. How many likes? Well, how many?
7,000.
7,915.
Most people are not into marketing. So
Okay,
you
so
have to be
go
for that.
down
Okay.
to the picture of her right there. That one.
Okay, not that great.
25,000.
Now go to a video.
What are you talking
Now
about?
go to a video.
But no, what I'm saying is when they actually click like, they're actually going through the action of liking it. So
This is so fucking awkward.
no, it's
What's
not.
awkward?
Yes,
What's
this
wrong?
Is awkward.
She's getting.
I mean, it's just an interesting thing that you're saying that like.
It is an interesting
mean-
thing that you guys are acting.
You don't
like
think that
the
you
views
having
I'm
hot-
getting are because of the way I look when
No,
people-
Well,
You're
you're the one that
self-conscious.
wanted to go to videos. I mean, we were going off of likes of posts originally, but
Well, what I do for a living is make videos, comedy videos.
I'm not
As
saying-
as a chick who's fucking
Nicole,
funny, and a lot
Nicole.
of people agree
right.
with
But we're
that.
just talking about Instagram here. It's not
Right.
about how funny you are. Again, it's like we're not
made
we're
a
not
point-
debating.
so fucking awkward.
We made a point about how the photo that's not as sexy was going to get less likes in it.
And it did.
Click on the comments. I bet you it's mostly dudes.
It's not.
Okay, that I agree with. Let's look at some comments.
Click on the comments. On one of the
Let's look
videos.
at some comments.
Let's see.
Scroll.
That's a good one. Sweet Tiffany of mine.
Alicia. All right. Or I
And
can't
then
tell if
Ben
that's-
Richard says, "I'm jerking off so hard right now."
Ryan, Mr. Raza, Mr. Arif,
Oh, this is so dumb.
There's a lot of misters in there.
Ricky, Abby. These are a lot of dudes here. Madison, there we go.
lot-
You're a fucking pig. You're fat.
Oh.
Young robot.
All right, come on. Let's keep it
So
moving.
weird.
It's not weird.
It
It's
is weird.
You're
we're
getting
goofing around.
self-conscious.
It's disrespectful.
No, it's not.
Why is it disrespectful
Because-
to assume that you have more male followers than female
Because
followers?
when I tell you I don't, then you should be like, okay, so you don't.
We're gonna wrap this one. This has been a fun show. You guys are, it got a little weird and hot at times,
Got a little weird.
but it's okay.
I hope we can do this again and
I hope so.
not talk about comedy and just be funny.
She's making me so uncomfortable. I'm getting hard. Listen to me.
Ew.
I can't help the fact that we're probably gonna hook up one day.
Never gonna happen, 0%.
But I promise you, we're gonna at least make out one day. I swear to God, every girl that likes me acts like this at first. Literally every fucking girl. Her foot just touched my leg underneath the table. I want to point that out to everybody.
Wow, the
So
sexual
fans.
tension is
I
off
know.
the charts in here.
Are you guys gonna fuck? I'm just kidding. That's
Go and
not
have
true.
sex with me.
No, it's not.
She's
true. Not
in.
if I was sober and awake. No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Not even-
You would at least
No.
make out with me.
It's probably awkward for everybody listening.
Maybe. No, they love it. They know what's going on here. They're literally all my fans right now when we get he's gonna fuck her. The fact that she's being all cold and icy, I mean, I like her more. I think she's just playing the game right now. Nicole, I'm sorry. I feel like we should start over.
Okay, let's go.
The whole podcast.
Yeah.
Guys, wrap it
Ready,
up.
ready? And here we go.
Welcome to the Real Ass Podcast.
Thank you, sir.
You see the way that felt? We did have a little magic there.
So how did Miss Anti-PC comedian take it when she found herself at the receiving end of anti-PC comedy she claimed to champion? By going in full reverse and trying to appeal to cancel culture to get back at those mean old actual stand-up comedians that laughed at her. And laughed at her not in the way she was hoping for. She released a video titled, "Nichole Arbour Destroys Sexist Comedy Festival Owner."
I'm embarrassed for you. Women in comedy have been consistently taught that there's some kind of barrier to entry, and that's being disrespected, talk shit to, and fucking your way in. There's no way we get in there by our merits. And I know this doesn't just happen in comedy, this happens to women in the workplace, everywhere. And I'm saying no. If you're gonna be funny, be funny. But if you're just gonna be creepy and awkward and insulting to try and get a rise out of me, then maybe you just don't have the chops to hang out with comedians. It's not like it was an act just on the show, because he doubled down after. Ah yes, the classic "I didn't want you anyway." Very original, sir. We all know that I could have verbally assassinated that Puerto Rican Jiminy Cricket looking motherfucker. We know I could have done that. I was holding my tongue for Jesus. I totally thought of that in the podcast, but then I stuttered. So I repeated it now. Kind of like the way you work that same 5 to 10 minutes of material for years and act like someone who's making new material every fucking day isn't competing? So weird. I'm pretty sure I walked into your arena and fucked you up, bitch. Ladies, you do not have to shrink yourself or apologize for being more than one thing. Be hot and sexy and funny and silly and a mom and fucking good at sports and business and whatever you want to be. Be all of it. Do not let these motherfucking dudes shrink you. They're insecure, jealous brats who are short-circuiting because you're fucking awesome. Don't be less awesome. Rub it in the face.
Whoa, Nicole, were you offended? It's amazing how fast she switched sides when she got a little taste of her own medicine. Suddenly, Nicole went full social justice warrior and exposed just how pathetic she was. Not only did she try and cancel Louis J. Gomez, she bought the .com he had been eyeing to use for his comedy festival Skankfest.
By the way, I bought your website. You know the .com that you said was too expensive? I bought it.
That, I was not spending $3,000 on .com. I'm sorry, just wasn't fucking worth it to me.
You should get on the internet, you'll make more money.
It's crazy, I know. But go do that, grab your tickets, and make sure you do that. Skankfest.net.
Oh my god, like I roll in cash for fun every night.
I know you do.
I do.
She does.
I own that, and if you'd like to buy it back from me, it'll be double.
Yeah, out of spite, she wasted $3,000 to try and destroy the internet presence of the Skankfest Comedy Festival. But unfortunately for Nichole, her attempt to cancel Luis J. Gomez completely backfired. Comedy fans rallied around Luis for handing Nichole a taste of her own medicine and exposing so-called anti-PC comedian Nichole Arbour as being a completely unfunny and easily offended fraud. In fact, you can't even find Nichole's video trying to cancel Luis anymore on YouTube. The feedback was so severe to Nichole's ego that she took the video down and instead posted it to Facebook. You know that place where your mom goes to talk about old people things? But the word was out in comedy circles. You cannot have any dealings with this woman. She's not only not funny, but vindictive and furious if you treat her like any other comedian. Mersh of Nightwave Radio had a fantastic take on the whole situation that really brought the whole conflict between Nichole Arbour and Luis J. Gomez into perspective.
Being disrespected and being attacked and trampled on, that has nothing to do with women, okay? If you want to get into the world of comedy, you're going to be disrespected. You're going to be mocked. You're going to be mercilessly shit on, whether you're a male or a female. That's all comics do. All comedians do is shit on each other. Even when they like each other, they shit on each other. It's what they do. Like, if you go to, like, the Comedy Cellar was a notorious place where it didn't matter who you are. You could be an open micer from Queens or you could be Kevin fucking Hart. If you went over there and you went around those comedians, they would fucking put the boots to you. If you even moved in front of them, it was like a T-Rex in fucking Jurassic Park. The minute you move the wrong way, they're like, yeah, nice shirt, stupid. What are you fucking, like, they just would start tearing into you. Your accomplishments, your life, your jokes, your career. That's what it, and it's every fucking day. Like, if you're a fat comedian and you're ordering extra food, they're gonna rip you apart. If you're, you know what I mean? Like, there's always, if you're a comedian and you strike out with women a lot, they're gonna brutalize you for that.
Well, since then, she's pretty much been off my radar. I really wasn't sure what happened to her after all that. That is, until I was recommended a video by YouTube. Pauly Shore's Random Rants 122. Just look who's on the thumbnail. Now, the first thing I had to ask myself was, how the hell did this disgrace to comedy sneak her way into the situation? I had to take a look. And what I found was quite funny. The one time Miss Anti-PC Deal With It Fatty, who at the drop of a hat turned into Miss I'm Offended and Canceling You, was slutting it up over at Pauly Shore's house. Yep, that's Nichole booty dancing on an old man before Pauly comes and shoves her back into a closet with his show's editor. And apparently he had no idea who she was.
Here, we got some babes for your guy. Come here, go say hi to the babes in the corner. Yeah. Say what's up.
Smile and wave, Nichole. You've just been demoted to babes in the corner status.
Hi.
Nadia.
All right. All right. So anyways, welcome to Pauly Shore's Random Rants video podcast. My name is Pauly Shore. I want to say what's up to DJ Richie.
Now, to be fair, I don't want to throw shade at the woman sitting next to Nichole here. That's Esther Koo, who's an actual stand-up comedian and seems to be a great sport. She's proven herself not to be one of those easily offended cancel culture hags that Nichole happens to be, so nothing but love for Esther Koo. But Pauly reveals something interesting about Nichole when he asks her about Valentine's Day.
Nichole, what do you think? You're new to this posse. We don't know you that well, but you seem nice. What's going on with the Valentine's stuff?
Well, I like to do Valentine's week and then do slutty lingerie each day leading up to Valentine's week, and then the sluttiest stuff the day of. Because I think it's unfair for guys to put in all the effort on Valentine's Day and girls not to let their freak out, because that's the exchange.
But you're not in San Antonio. You're living out of your suitcase.
Yeah, so, I am.
Word of advice, Nichole, don't unpack that suitcase. When those soft-ass LA comedians find out your edgelord past, they aren't gonna touch you with a 10-foot pole. But don't worry, this guy'll still love you.
Bill, do you like us?
Oh, you guys are great.
What about Nichole? Do you like her?
Oh, Nicole's great.
Why?
Because she's gorgeous.
And
she's here.
Well, she looks okay, and she's here, I guess. It is so funny how he perfectly encapsulated the thought process of every man that's ever taken Nichole home at last call when the bar closes.
Do you want to give her a hug?
Oh, of course.
Give her a hug. Wow, that costs extra.
Costs extra.
Oh, dang. So, what I'm possibly thinking of doing, Josh, and this is not possibly, this is something I am doing because I am talking to an attorney about it.
Hey, do y'all notice something? She's being treated like more of a whore here on Paulie's show than she ever was on Louis J. Gomez's Real Ass podcast. But notice the lack of outrage. Where's her strong, independent woman act? Where's the "that's sexist, bro"? It appears that Nichole was suffering from a severe case of selective outrage. What she wanted to destroy the career of one comedian over, she's willing to endure in spades from another. But don't worry, Nichole tried to be strong and insert herself into conversations on the podcast. Here's how it went.
And then I start dating different girls, which I'll be dating anyways. And then what's going to happen is eventually I'll find a girl that likes me and I like her, and then she moves in and the nanny moves out.
No,
and
keep the nanny.
What?
Keep the nanny.
Why?
Why? No,
Because then you and the girl can still be in that honeymoon phase for longer.
no, fuck that shit. Listen, no. She's gonna come in and be. Dude, did you tell her? Did you tell Nichole about the Reamce? You can't what? Tell her.
You can't interrupt Paulie because he'll lose his train of thought.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
Paulie.
No, that's okay. You're new to this. So
Know your role and shut your mouth!
Ooh, this must be hard for Nichole. She's getting put in her place here pretty bad. And she's taking the lumps without question. And I think we're getting a glimpse of just how desperate things have gotten for Miss Female Empowerment. But I can't help but wonder, how the hell did she end up on this podcast? Paulie obviously has no idea who she is. What was the selling point?
come here for a sec. Yeah. Come here. We just met each other. We don't know each other at all. No. Can you please tell people how you got 1 million followers on Instagram? Here, come on.
I put out funny videos.
Well, tell them, because she's got 1 million followers on Instagram. We
do.
became friends on Instagram.
Yes.
And she came here to support this.
That's awesome.
So it's cool. Yeah, so it's cool. But my question is, you're a pretty girl. Cool. Is it cool? How many Instagram followers do you have?
54,000.
54. That's a lot.
Yep. Yeah,
That's a
great.
lot.
Yep.
You know, I have a lot. You have a lot, but
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
got 1 million.
It's amazing.
I put out comedy videos.
So is that what? So
That's
yeah,
I got 1
tell
billion
'em.
views on my videos online. Keep putting them out. Make
What's
them
the
funny,
name of your
kill 'em.
Instagram?
What type of videos?
Nichole Arbour. I rant straight to camera.
Yes.
That's mostly what I do.
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
Straight to camera?
Straight to camera.
Like, what's an example of one of the videos you do?
Like, I did a ton of them that went super viral, like Dear Fat People, Dear Everybody, whole bunch of them. And now I help other people blow up online. That's what I do.
Now I help people blow up online. That's what I do. There it is. That's how she made it there. Looks like she's going around LA trying to convince people she helps people blow up online. Why don't you let them in on your little secret sauce, Nichole? Be extremely hateable and unfunny while saying the worst things you can think of and rake in the views.
You know what the best part also, Paulie, is that you people who do well are authentically themselves. And there's nobody more authentically themselves than you.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Ooh, did you catch that? The look away when saying yeah. She's literally trying to move away when that dude starts talking about being your authentic self. I think she knows if these people find out who she really is, it won't be pretty.
You know what the best part also, Paulie, is that you people who do well are authentically themselves. And there's nobody more authentically themselves than you.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's Fat Family, and Jabba the Sun sits right beside me. I just lost my shit. His fat was on my lap.
I find it quite interesting to see how this woman has gone from unfunny outrage farmer to suddenly flipping to cancel culture SJW status when real comedians saw right through her, and now she's shoved in the closet over at Pauly Shore's house taking more shit than ever before. But no cancel campaign for Pauly. I guess Nichole is that desperate she's just gonna take it. And how's the comedian that she tried to cancel doing? Well, Louis J. Gomez is doing great. His podcast is awesome. His comedy festival is blowing up. In fact, it's about to sell out even without that .com that Nichole sabotaged out of spite. And I suggest if you want to go to Skankfest, you better buy your tickets now, because it's gonna be huge. Sorry, Nichole!